And you know how it is. You hippies are ruining the neighborhood.
Now, ain't Progress grand? We used to get blamed for all that.
That role earned her 4 Golden Globe nominations. She won 1
We
for
are
Best Actress in a Drama
live right
Series. She played Norma Jennings in Twin Peaks and was married to producer Quincy Jones for 16 years. Peggy Lipton.
And I don't really,
Peggy Lipton,
never heard of her.
I'm
Yeah.
The actress Alyssa Milano is asking women to join her.
Which was a horrible TV show that they remade into an even worse TV show.
A sex strike. Yeah.
Sex strike.
I like some of it. Some misguided airhead actress.
Oh, it's Alyssa, what's her name? Milano,
Yeah.
She is charming. Only person more stupid than her is AOC. And
I have over 25 years
She probably got cobwebs on her pussy.
Older she gets, better looking she gets.
Some women do age that way, like fine wine.
Yeah. The lady who started Weeds, I never can remember her name. She was cute when she was in her 20s, 45.
9702 now and mention my name, Scott Bauer, and we will rush
And,
you. Call 855-844-9702.
One of the Charlie's Angels, one of the
replacements. This guide in your inbox as quickly as possible.
It wasn't Farrah Fawcett, I guarantee
No, one of the
that.
replacements. Yeah, she's dead, so she can't possibly get married.
Simply call 855-844-9702.
I'll tell you one actress that would be great. Some idiot convinced her she needed plastic surgery.
Cheryl who?
Cheryl Hines.
Remember Rosa McGowan? That poor girl,
being
she
a
didn't need any plastic surgery. And all these people convinced her she needed it so bad she did the plastic surgery.
About 3 minutes out now.
Because she was aging well. She looked good, you know, as time was like,
Jewelry, according to
I feel bad
for
for
Insights
that.
and Analytics, $5.2 billion, and that's what Fortune magazine turns up the claim by the
Are y'all gonna try some liners again?
Frank Zappa and the Mothers.
Let me see.
that's awesome.
I cooked for him one time at IHOP when I was working at IHOP. Yeah, I cooked for CC Top. I cooked for Sonny and Cher.
Accused of peddling
They always
Who is
come in
this?
IHOP.
Frank Zappa, the Mothers of Invention.
Yeah, Frank Zappa. The only member of his band that never ever tried drugs his entire life.
Yeah, he couldn't name his band the Mothers, so he named them the Mothers of Invention. Oh, he wanted to name his band. I know, that's why.
All right, are we on, is Facebook on now?
Yeah, we've been on.
Yeah,
Okay, well, be careful what you say over there.
I censor myself. That's the whole point. You couldn't use a.
Morning, Becky Quimbley and Bailey. Morning, John from Bruce River.
That was the whole point. You couldn't use a censorable.
Hey, John, don't wait till the last second to call in today.
lose half of your retirement savings again? Hey,
Oh, now I don't know if they're hearing us because, oh, you got the
yeah, they're not.
headphones,
I
you got
just
the
waited.
headphones up there now?
I forgot, we're plugged in now. No, we got the cord, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we don't need it.
Why? Because this
Yeah, once you plug in, what they're hearing is what you're hearing in your headphones.
Take back control of your money and finances, and it gives you penalty.
Oh, man, I feel like death warmed over.
Pants off any 401k or IRA. These are uncertain times.
Actually, he wouldn't let anybody in his band
today to guarantee your retirement
Plus, I had 3 people I know die in the last week.
Right now.
Yeah, every week, in the 50 Funny Fellows, we get an email, somebody died, every week. But these people are all in their 80s and 90s.
And Dr. Bill Williams.
I guess. Sorry, man, once you hit 72, there's not a whole lot of breathing left in
in
me.
the lower 80s. Tonight, a few showers, lows in
Depends
the
on who it is.
Yeah. It's, well, clearly I'm sad, but it's just, I don't, I'm never gonna say, well, they were taken too young. I'm sorry, your life expectancy when you were born was 72. If you made it 73, you got more out of life than most people.
All right, well, cheer up. Let's talk about this lovely morning.
Or you want a rundown of the best brunch spots in the area.
Hey,
Mike and
Charlie,
Steve have
turn me
the
down a little
answer.
bit.
With a combined half-century in the industry, they bring their wealth of experience to
They're good?
bring the latest trends,
Okay.
expert
Good.
opinions.
Are we gonna do those liners again at the end of the hour?
dynamic duo.
Are we gonna do those liners today
It's a wine
again?
and food
I
show,
gotta go.
Steve. It's a food and wine show, trust me.
Look right here, it's sipping chew. It's wine and food. Because chew rhymes with stew. That's the only reason.
You glorified fry cook, great killer.
Coming at you.
Now it's time to sip and chew with Mike and Stu.
Lights are on.
Put your phone away.
No.
Turn it off.
No.
Turn it off.
Besides that, who would be calling on such a beautiful morning? Everybody should be out.
And all of y'all that like to
Gardening.
text Mike's during the show or send him emails, don't. We're doing a radio show. Wait till 9:01.
Or he could wait till 9:01 to read them.
No, he can't. That's why they need to wait until 9 o'clock. So
My
he'll be in the
favorite-
middle of a sentence. If he gets a little ding on his phone,
My
radio show
favorite-
be damned.
My favorite cell phone feature is says, "Not now, I'm driving." And the phone or the car, if you're Bluetooth, the car will send that message out.
I don't do that.
Well, you must have an
Every
old
one of them
phone.
has a setting for it.
While I'm driving and I'm texting somebody, there's a
Which you're killing
send me a message back and say, I can't. No, I'm driving right now. I can't answer.
That'll soon be worth
So-
a ticket.
So,
Oh, it already is.
anyway,
Oh,
The
I knew it passed.
legislation
I
that they're
didn't know if it
considering
went-
now is if there's a phone in your hand, it's a ticket.
okay.
You
Yeah.
cannot have a phone in your hand while driving. It's
And
the
that, and that's,
proposed
you know,
legislation.
how did we get to the state that we can't? I mean, I can remember back in the day, if the phone rang, if I didn't feel like getting up and walking across the room to answer it, I just let it ring. I figured if it was
Or
important,
unplug
they'll
it.
call back.
Well, Stu and Charlie, happy Mother's Day.
I'm happy.
So, what a miserable way to start your day. I've got a leak in my ceiling in my bedroom. I'm sitting there getting dressed and I'm going, what is that noise? So I got a Mother's Day leak
Dilemma.
in my ceiling at my place downtown in DeTonte Square, historic DeTonte Square. And I just hate today is turning out like it has because it's
You mean
this
exactly the way they said it would for the last week?
Well, I mean, they never
You know-
get it right.
You know what's
Only
great?
Dr. Bill
You
gets
know
it
what's
right.
great is now all these lazy people who can't cook for their mother, so they stuff her in a Fern Bar lobby for 2 hours waiting on microwave food. They need to cook for their mom today. This is the busiest day of the year in the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
And if you don't have reservations for your party of 5 or more,
Yeah.
don't go.
What if you let your mom do the cooking and you just
That's
show
not
up
Mother's
as,
Day.
Wait a minute, you
That's
show up as her present.
Well,
Somehow that
I
doesn't
haven't seen her in
sound
a while,
fair.
a long time, but yeah, I really hate, because I love, we've always loved going to Washington Square in the historic Oakley Garden District and listening to fine music. A band always plays and people bring their chairs and their little tables and their wine and cheese and whatever, and it's a great event. But
Sounds very hoity-toity
I
and
don't
snobby,
think,
and
no,
it
it's
sounds
not.
like
There's
fun,
people
and I'm
from
all
all
over
over.
it.
It is fun, but it is, it's not gonna happen today, I don't guess. But anywho,
Yeah. So what?
so we have some big announcements coming on today, and I know you
One or
got
four,
some. And
yeah, 1 or 4.
we got Richie Gambino gonna call in the second segment. And
Yeah, John Serda's coming on. He's going to be talking about a new product he's got out that you need right this minute.
oh, that.
Yeah, you need it right this minute.
Well, I'm okay. It's just my eyes. I can't.
Is that a recovery of?
Yes, it is a hangover cure.
I'm not hungover. I just.
Mike wants it in an IV so he can wear it all the time.
Did you actually?
It
get
will be
any-
a matching
Did
with
you
them.
actually get any sleep last night?
I did. I was
About
sleeping
5
hard
hours.
until I had to get up to come here.
Oh, sorry.
But I love coming here.
Oh, okay.
My doggy's got a little upset at the last little bout of weather. Even my big dog, she usually has no problem, but she started barking and I got up, she was shaking, so.
I've been up since 3:30, letting my dogs sleep in the chair with me, but I didn't go back to sleep. They did.
Well, anyway, I don't know. We just had
So
a good time.
Bug,
last
the
night.
little Yorkie, never handles weather well. And my new cure is, Heather bought her, we call it the Condogminium.
Mm-hmm.
It's a footrest, basically.
Mhm.
It's a square cube with a lid that comes off.
Yeah.
Looks great in
Seen
there.
'em.
But there's a hole in the front and Bug can just crawl up in it.
How about that?
And we put a little cushion in it. Well, when it gets like this, we have an interior bathroom with no windows. It's in the center of the house. You can't hear or see anything. We put the Condogminium in there, turn off the light, close the door. She's perfectly happy.
I like that. I wonder if those thunder jackets help.
They do tremendously. And you know, the biggest thing for dogs, why you'll see them get upset even if it's not thundering and lightning,
Mm-hmm.
is there is a change in the atmosphere that creates more static electricity that is imperceptible to humans.
Because
But
we don't
dogs can pick it up.
have. Yeah, we don't
And
have
what
all
those
that
jackets
here.
do is it negates the static electricity.
I thought the fact also that it was kind of giving them a
Oh
buzz.
yeah, well that's
I've
all.
had some dogs that didn't bother them, didn't bother one bit, and then other dogs,
Drives them
you
nuts.
can't find them.
Yeah.
They try to get their big butts underneath the bed.
Or couch.
Or couch or whatever, and hide behind something, but never bothered some of my dogs. But anywho,
So welcome to Pets R Us.
Well, we went to the wine and art thing in Fairhope last week.
how was that?
That was a blast, right there on
It
the
wasn't
water.
hoity-toity?
No, it's not like
Too
any of your
snobbish
functions
and
where everybody's
hoity-toity.
wearing a tuxedo. But we had a fantastic time. We were in, Garrick Ogburn was there, Chef Garrick Ogburn and his wife Allison, which, you know, she was the one that invited us, her sister Justine, who we work
I
with
know.
every year at Bay Bites Food
I
Truck
know their
Festival.
mama.
Yeah, just a wonderful day. You would have loved Garrick's seersucker white and light blue pinstripe coat he was wearing.
I love seersucker.
He was sharp.
I do not
He
own
was-
any,
He
but
was
I
a
love
dapper
seersucker.
gent.
Dapper
Garrick
guy.
was. We had a great little time. Walked out onto the pier and kind of wanted to stay and hang out with the guys there at the. That's the. Which post is that? I've confused them. This is not.
Right there by Gambino?
Yeah, it's not our Veterans of Foreign Wars. It's
American
Legion. Thank you. I always draw blank. But they have their own tiki bar right before you get to the pier. And they had a smoker out there and they was doing some barbecue. And I really want to stick around for the barbecue.
Some posts know how to do it right.
Yeah, that's a great place, especially since they put the tiki bar in.
Mhm.
It's just a great place to go.
Yeah, and honestly, if you look, they're up for a Nappy Award for a venue. Nappy Awards? Did
I
someone
know
mention the
somebody
Nappy
else.
Awards?
I know somebody else.
Yeah, Lauren Murphy. She's and Joe Jonesy. They're up for vocalist.
Oh, that's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Don't let me be the judge on that one.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a hard one. So.
Yeah, and then I talked to the guys in Roman Street last week, let them know that Charlie had never heard of them, and so we mentioned it, so he started playing their music in and out of breaks, and they were very happy and said, thank you, Charlie.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was enjoyable.
They are really talented, but yeah, Garrick and I went over and talked to one of the guys for a while. They're brothers, Charlie.
Well, I didn't realize that when I pulled up their songs on, I guess it was on YouTube, how many songs were out there.
Yeah.
Oh.
They've been around for a
Lots,
while.
yeah.
Immensely talented brothers. They were really cool. Heather was like, was he as cool as he looks? And, oh yeah.
So would they be available like for local bookings and things
Oh,
like
I'm
that?
sure everybody is. If you got the money, they'll come play. I will tell you this, Charlie. A buddy of mine worked for Nashville Cartage and Sound when we moved up there, which is a company that all they do is a guy calls up and goes, hey man, I'm playing the Ryman Auditorium tonight. Somebody needs to come get all my gear, take it there and set it up for me.
Yeah.
That's all they do. But they, you know, and they set up sound systems, stuff like that. Jimmy Buffett's 50th or 60th birthday, he held at his place in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
His band for his birthday party was Steppenwolf.
No kidding.
Yeah, there was a lot of that in Nashville that you go, hey man, did you hear who Garth Brooks had playing at his,
Wait a minute, the Coral Reefers weren't there?
It was his birthday party.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It wasn't a
Why would he
concert.
play his own birthday party?
True.
Why would he work? But there was a lot of that in Nashville. It's like, did you hear who Garth Brooks had at his birthday party? No, who? Oh man, he had Jimmy Page come in and just play classical guitar. You know, or stuff like that. That didn't actually happen, by the way. It's just,
Yes.
that's a different.
That was an
but we
example.
would hear that all the time. It's like, oh man, and somebody had Foghat play their kid's 16th birthday. Yeah.
I love Foghat.
Well,
I used to have sideburns just like them. I had sideburns, just took up the whole side of my face, just like they did.
Lamb chops.
That's so
I had
cool.
them in high school too.
That was
Ooh,
back
man.
when I had hair.
I'm still full from
I
think
went
I'm
to the
gonna eat
Elvis
for 2
Club.
days. I'm still full from last night.
Well, Mike, we got to get ready for a break.
Okay.
Yeah, we're already up on it, right, Charlie?
Yeah, and we have
10 seconds.
phone lines waiting.
Yeah, 3430106. But you may find it hard to get in today. We got a lot of people calling in, don't we, Mike?
Few people.
Few people.
But
But 3430106. Happy Mother's Day. When we get back, we'll talk to some folks.
yeah.
Sounds like Adam.
Waving everybody, Mike. Waving everybody.
I got no clue what the chicken pot pie is made of. Just know everything's doing fine down here. Lunch Ladyland.
Didn't he also have a good Thanksgiving song?
Yeah, it's called the Thanksgiving song. Great name, isn't it, Charlie?
Yeah, I'm telling you, really imaginative.
He hosted Saturday Night Live a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And one of the skits was the Sandler family reunion. And he shows up, one of his guys is like, "Oh, Adam, I didn't know you were going to make family reunion this year. Who from the family's going to show up as a character in one of your movies now?" And he goes, "What are you talking about?" And two of his cousins come over and go, "Ooh, Adam, how you doing? Whoa." And they start doing all of his stuff. You know, "How you doing, guys?" And this other one comes out and goes, "I think you use me as one of the characters in your movie." He goes, "You are not the basis for Billy Boucher."
Hey, this is Gary Williams from Personal Edge Fitness, where our exercise scientists and physiotherapists have been doing the best of Mobile for the last 2 years.
Yeah, well, I was a late night comedian.
All they are is
Check us out online at
explosive fashion.
And they're so bad that the morning news has to use clips from the night before to just show how funny they were. They weren't getting the free publicity in the mornings, probably nobody would be
Take
watching.
no prisoners economy. You must use your best tactics to ensure your business continues to grow. This is Lauren Cavanaugh.
I mean, I don't mind them getting on the political candidate or even the president, but be fair
They
about
should
it.
get on to everybody. That's their legacy.
And God knows there's
Whoever's in
enough
power is
material
in
out there
power.
on every issue.
Call me at 344-1065 extension
getting
8.
it.
I'll help design a plan to efficiently and effectively promote your business and increase your
Aren't you supposed
sales.
to have somebody in Gambino calling it
Helping
now?
children is
Oh,
very
he's
important
checking
in
with
this
it.
area.
Oh, okay.
As parents,
already-
it saddens us to know that
he's
there are more
already
than 5,000 children in foster care in Alabama. These children need loving, nurturing families to care for them. We ask you to join the team and become champions for children by
Make
opening your
life
heart,
easier.
opening your home, and becoming a foster or adoptive
That
parent.
could
For more
happen.
information, call
He could call in.
1-866-488-KIDS.
Hey, man, Axeman loves where he
Alabama
is.
Department of Human Resources, Alabama
I have no
Broadcasters
idea.
Association, that station.
Hi,
I
this
don't
is
even know what
Gordon
today's
Deal.
date is.
Join me weekdays for This Morning,
Today's
America's
date.
First News. The stories that
Today's
you are
11th.
about and searching
Well,
for
this
all
is
day.
5/11.
As we
No,
go
today's
beyond the
the 12th.
headlines
Okay.
and
Yeah,
above
that's
the
just-
chatter with your first look at breaking
So,
news.
he still chimes in when y'all are playing
technology,
pre-recorded stuff,
entertainment,
huh?
entrepreneurship, and sports.
Evidently.
Why stories matter. That's why we are referred to as the most important and relevant radio.
Well, now, whenever I repeat a
Those
show, I've
ones
got
with
those
the
encore
America's
announcements,
First
but
News.
I don't think Sean does.
To get on the line, call
I think they
343
just, like they repeat,
Now back
they
to
ain't
Marcus
gonna be
Steel.
on.
Hey, I wanna,
Well, I'm falling down on the job.
Right.
Where are the liners?
Well, what's a good place to eat breakfast in downtown Mobile?
well, when I go eat breakfast downtown, I gotta go to the corner of Fat and Happy.
Yeah, that sounds like it's named after
And
us.
well,
Yeah.
I'm fat and you're happy.
Yeah.
And I'm happy when I'm fat.
Yeah.
But I ate there yesterday.
Really?
Yesterday morning, and I try to, every now and then, get in there.
I
and
see they're up for a nappy as well.
They are up for nappy. And you know what? He does a lot of fundraising too.
Yes, he does.
And he had a huge, I tell you, fundraiser yesterday.
Mhm.
It's butt out colon cancer.
Yeah.
And speaking of colon cancer,
Yeah.
I've had a few people, friends that have passed away from that. I got my drink ready because I got to go for that big old test coming up in June.
Did you get flavored?
I don't know if it's flavored or not. I don't care. I'm
Hey,
gonna
here-
drink it regardless, and I'm 61 now, I guess. And you got to go. Every man and woman has got to go when they start hitting 50.
Get that prostate checked out. Whether
Get
you got one or
everything
not.
checked out. Get everything checked out.
By the way, let me tell you a little secret. If you can drink 3 liters out of the 4, that's probably enough.
Well, I had
Just
two
doing a
choices.
contrast?
Huh?
You just doing a contrast, or?
Well, they're going to put a scope down my throat,
Well, that doesn't sound like
and
fun.
then they're going
Yeah.
to go both ways.
Yeah.
It's not a pleasant subject to talk about it, but it is an important subject, and
Yeah.
that's why Tony and them were doing what they did
Right.
yesterday, and it started at the Harley Davidson
Catch
store.
catch that bad stuff early. And
Get it now. Get it now.
Well, one upside of my 14 surgeries is that Dr. Mason was able to get up close and personal with all the parts that need checking.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to go through any of that kind of stuff.
Not right now. But you will again.
Well,
Not every
honestly,
10
with
years.
all the, you know, every year I have to get CT scans done to check on hernias, surgical hernias, stuff like that. So it gets checked all the time. And I'm missing 5 feet of the stuff that gets cancer. So
5 foot.
5 foot, yeah.
It's hard to believe, you know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Welcome to Doctors Are Us.
Well, we got announcements to make galore, so let's start with
Let's
mine.
make it while we're waiting on Richie Gambino to call in. So
Yeah.
as soon as he calls in, we'll go to him. But
Yeah.
let's go ahead and hear what Stu's
They got a big announcement to make.
big announcements
For the first time in 2019, that's this year.
this year.
I will be dusting off my knives and competing.
Uh-oh. Where?
I am going to be competing in the North Baldwin County Crawfish Cook-Off in Bay Minette. I had the pleasure of judging this last year.
Oh, yeah?
And it's a boiled crawfish cook-off.
So you won't be throwing the knives.
No.
Oh, okay.
But this year it is a qualifier for World Food Championships.
Yeah?
So the chefs that want to vie for that have to prepare 6 crawfish-infused dishes for the judges to sample. 6 individual dishes.
And why crawfish?
Because it's a crawfish festival.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And,
That makes a whole
and the
lot of
winner gets a
sense.
gold ticket to compete in the seafood category in Dallas in November. And paperwork is filled out, check is written, going in the mail tomorrow. And everything works out, I'm going to have a big name sous chef at my side for this. Let's just say this person has a little bit of Floribama in them.
Oh boy.
I wanted to ask you a question now. You gotta come up with 6 entries?
No, it's just 6 versions of the same dish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what I
5
was
for
getting
the
at
judges
is
and 1 for pictures.
crab cakes with that crawfish sauce on top of it, that wouldn't count.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That,
it's anything as long as it has crawfish in it. I could make spice cake as long as there's crawfish in it. It qualifies.
I can't get around, I can't get my brain around
I
that.
make crawfish beignets. Mike's had them at Belisara a couple times.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta really like
I have nothing against crawfish. I love to cook crawfish. I had to text him the number. That's why he couldn't call. I didn't tell him the number. Anyway, I love to cook them. I love to eat them. I love the flavor. I just don't like to peel them.
Yeah, because you're lazy.
A lot of work for a little tiny piece of meat.
Mike is not
It
a
ruins.
hunter-gatherer.
It ruins. It ruins my cuticles and my quicks and my fingers.
Oh, and then when you get in there to the pedicure and the manicure, it takes longer. I
They
get
go,
it.
what go back on to your fingers? So anyway, not good. Hey, we got Richie on the line. Hey, Richie. How
Richie
you doing?
Gambino, good morning, sir.
Hey, man.
You got my meatballs ready, buddy?
Where?
Oh, New Orleans?
Oh. So which way are you going? You're halfway east or halfway west? Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Good destination. Be there next weekend. Mike and I will be.
Oh, is it next weekend?
Yeah, Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Richie, Mike couldn't read what he was texting.
Yeah, that's
either.
why I give you dates on stuff, Mike, so you can put it in your calendar. If you're
Well, I
not
got
using
you.
the calendar in your phone, you don't need a
I got you.
smartphone.
I got you. So what's going on, Richie? I understand you got a big announcement here to make.
Really? Outstanding.
Yeah. So you're gonna have like varietal oysters, and that are like notorious from different parts of the coast. up and down the east and west coast. I just can't imagine them having as good as oysters as we do.
I want to try those little ones from the Puget Sound. Richie, can you get me some of those? I'll tell you, man, I developed my palate enough at one point years ago that I could taste an oyster and tell you if it came from the Atlantic, the Pacific, or the Gulf of Mexico. They are all three distinctively different. And I'll tell you, for the most part, the Pacific oysters aren't good. They're just bitter. The Atlantic oysters have a nice, sweet, salty thing, but they have a bitter finish. Only the Gulf Coast are sweet and salty with no bitterness.
Would that have something to do with the current?
It's something
Like
to do
the
with the
Gulf
water.
Stream
The water's
going up,
different.
yeah.
What's in the water?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone can make their own decision, can't they, Richie? I like it.
Well, what do you think about, are you going to do clams as well? I mean, so freshwater clams and stuff like that. Down here. Oh, okay, cool.
Let me go ahead and plant an idea in your head, Richie, for the holidays. Let you and me get together and do Night of the Seven Fishes. The Night of the Seven Fishes, a traditional Italian Christmas celebration, 7 seafood dishes in a row. That sounds like, I've been wanting to do one of those ever since I learned about them. 7 seafood dishes in a row, Mike. That includes dessert, buddy.
Oh, wow.
Well, mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, and my mother worked at the Air Force base that was at Brooklyn when my dad first got out of the Air Force in 54, 55, 56, right in there. And she said she fell in love with tamales working at Brooklyn Field.
Wow.
Because planes would come in from San Antonio and they would give them oysters and shrimp and they would bring them tamales from San Antonio. And she used to talk about all the food that used to come through the airport at Brooklyn. Yeah, it's an exciting time to be in downtown Mobile, to be in this area. And do you have a name yet for your new place? Oh, I like it. Oh, okay. And
So when are we going to get a rooftop bar in Mobile downtown?
Oh, okay. Okay. Sounds
Another
good.
day. Awesome.
Excellent.
Man. I know you love those things.
Yeah. Well, Richie, I'm very excited about this venture of yours. Do you have a target date, or is it just okay? Man, a lot of stuff going on in August.
There's oyster shells all over downtown.
Yeah, everywhere. Big ones. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a brilliant idea.
Well, you just changed
Yeah, and
that.
as long as you're differentiating, like you're saying, you're doing the boutique oysters, you're bringing them in from all over the place, you're doing a focus on the oyster, and with, of course, the other shellfish and the other seafood you're going to do. And, with the Italian background that you have, there's some wonderful ways to prepare seafood other than just cornmeal and fat.
Mm-hmm. For real. Absolutely.
Oh, man, I used to do a dish and help me with my pronunciation if I screw it up, Infernata de Pesce. I'm butchering this. And simple, put down a bed of onions or fennel bulbs, roast them a little bit, lay the fish on top of it, olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic in the oven.
Wow.
And it is so good.
I don't eat as much seafood as I should, but. Well, Richie, we got to go, man. Be careful, okay? Be careful going over there. It's probably clearing up already over that way, isn't it? Okay, awesome.
Bring us back a beignet.
Poor boy. Thank you, Richie. Exciting news, buddy. Good for you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's Richie Gambino from Pizzeria Delfino. We're going to break. We come back. We're going to talk to John Serda. It just keeps going.
Yeah, keeps getting better.
You did those gestures for the Facebook crowd?
World of Mobileans.
Say what?
Buyers and
Yeah.
sellers
Facebook
business
crowd.
together. Our value is maximizing your value.
Pretty much
need to talk
Malibu.
I just caught us doing that.
That's hilarious.
You need to talk to John before he comes on.
I don't.
Coast
You
Weather
know?
Authority.
I don't.
And those are Bill Williams.
Let's let him just stay on hold because he can't hear us, but he can hear what's on the air. I gotta get back to using my timesheet cards.
Yeah, we got 30.
Yeah, I'm just in a damn fog this morning.
This is meteorologist Dr. Bill Williams for FM Talk 106.5.
And the liners.
FM Talk 106.5. The Gulf Coast Weather Authority. In the Old West, things were settled the old-fashioned
Okay, I
way.
now know why it wouldn't work, and the button was
Just
in the wrong
one-on-one.
position.
At Butch Cassidy's, we believe it should be that way again. Just you and our
By the way.
soon-to-be famous Butch Burger.
Hey,
Not
Phil.
supposed to be my bacon.
Cheese,
What
lettuce,
was supposed to be
tomato,
big news?
onion, and
It's supposed
pickles.
to be
Or
announced
just
in
the
the
way you
start.
like.
Text Bill and tell him that I'll listen at
After
8:45
all the
for
lives,
his.
I got an email.
See if I got a signal on it.
Walmart pushed it back on mine.
Bill, are you there by any wild chance?
Lucky I had this available.
No, I'm not hearing him.
Yes, I
Craig,
don't
Gulf Coast
start that
Tools is
till
invested in
July.
helping you find the perfect tool
Don't
for the
hold off
job
on that.
and save money. Locally, Gulf Coast Tools is your
Because honestly,
authorized
this
big
is
green egg dealer offering all sizes
the
and
fifth or sixth time they
accessories.
pushed
And
it
gift
back, so at
certificates
this
are
point, I'm not
available.
holding my
Visit
breath.
Gulf Coast Tools at the Outdoor Center on Highway 59 in Foley. And like us on Facebook.
Hey, not attorney
I'll talk
spokesperson
to Chris.
Pierce Nagalati
By
with
the way,
principal
that's
office in
not Chris.
Dallas, Texas.
Last spot.
Attention landscapers and anyone working in the landscape industry. This is an important alert for users of the weed killer Roundup that have been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. A California jury recently awarded $289 million to a landscaper who claimed Roundup gave him cancer. Roundup is the most widely used herbicide in the United States with billions of pounds applied each year. Farm workers and landscapers are at the highest risk of injury from
financial
exposure.
hardship.
Time is limited to file a claim.
Yeah.
If you work with Roundup weed killer and were
She's doing
diagnosed
better.
with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma,
He's
don't
doing
wait.
well.
Call the Roundup
I
Legal
made him go
Helpline
back to
now.
work
The
before
number to
his knee
dial
was
is
secured. Remember, he used to have to have surgery.
800-951-6265. That number again is 800-951-6265. You can be entitled to significant compensation. If you've been exposed to Roundup and have been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, don't wait. Call the Roundup Legal Helpline right now. 800-951-6265. That's 800-951-6265. Again, 800-951-6265. Call now.
To get on the line, call 343-0106.
Coming back.
Now back to Mike and Stu.
This is Billy Stitt with Billy Small Batch Bacon, and I'm here from Old 27 Grill on the Sip and Chew.
You know, keep Billy and his Billy's wife in your prayers. And she's going through the same thing that Panini Pete's wife's been going through, battling that big C word, and that's horrible. I just hate to hear it, but still praying for them both, and I wish them both very well in speedy recovery.
Absolutely. And before we got John Serda coming up next, our buddy from Nappy Nuggets, wanted us to mention that steak night, Monday, May 13th. $25 includes steak, roasted taters, sauteed veggies, and a burr. Cooked over Nappy's Nuggets, and this is going on at Serda Brewing Company.
Tomorrow night?
Yeah, so let's bring John on the line. And John, you got a lot of stuff going right now, buddy. So you are the king of beverage in this city right now. And you've got a beverage to wake up. You've got a beverage to wake up by. You've got a beverage to put you to sleep. And now you've got a beverage to help you survive the beverage that put you to sleep.
We should have had him come in live today.
Mike needed you to come in live today with your
and bring an IV drip.
Hey, John. Good, man.
Tell us about RePear. Right, it's understandable.
Wow.
That's I have found them on time a time or two.
How'd that work out for you?
Yeah, that's what I was going to recommend was Fresh Market. It's where I got mine. Whew. Yeah. Not as bad as you normally do. Right. all for science. Really? Right.
It's brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah. That's good. And oh, really? No. It's called a pun. It's called a pun.
Play on words.
Yeah. For people that aren't familiar with the Asian pear, it's wonderful. It looks like an apple. It's round. It's not the traditional pear shape. And the texture is very similar to apple. It's not quite as gritty as pear, but Charlie, you would love it because it has this unmistakable flavor of honey. And it tastes like an apple marinated in honey.
Now that's not the same as the Fuji pears that you get.
No. Okay. This is it's my favorite pear. I love this pear.
It's probably good for your digestive system too, Charlie.
But John, how long is it going to be before you get that ready for market, or is it about ready to go?
I am.
Oh, we are very familiar with all of them. Well, I've got a celebrity spokesperson sitting right here next to me that will be happy to do the trial and error for you.
Yeah. We're all for science.
Yeah. Now, we brought you on to talk about RePear, but you got things going on at the brewery and the coffee house. You want to talk about those really quick? Oh, yeah.
Great guy, too. Wonderful. I know. I watched the videos.
And you know, Henry Ford was the one that popularized selling charcoal for barbecues because the coal was left over, I believe, from making the tires for the cars. Yeah, Henry Ford didn't waste jack squat. He took his leftover coal from the vulcanization process for tires and sold it to people to barbecue.
Oh, wow. Nothing goes to waste.
And you know, we've got to teach this newer generation that not everything is disposable. You know, it's insane. All right, John, well, do you have websites for all that? I've got serdabrewing.com in front of me for the steak thing. You got any other websites you want to give people? All right. I think Mike's going to bookmark that. He's anxious for that one.
Do you have any other social media on that? Okay.
Hey, John, I wanted to ask a quick question. Knowing how important quality control is, do you have any positions at Serda's for volunteer tasters? Oh, okay. Well, we just like to, like to help out when we can.
Yeah. Well, John, like I told you when we were chatting this week, Mike and I both have wanted to have you on here for a couple of years. I saw the RePear, I said, this is the opportunity. And don't be a stranger, buddy. All right, John, thanks a lot. Happy Mother's Day to you too, buddy. Let's talk about Mother's Day real quick while we got it.
Yeah.
There's a couple of special things going on. Red Bar, which is an espresso bar out in West Mobile, is doing a killer brunch today for Mother's Day. And I was going to recommend going to the Cheese Cottage today, but because of this ridiculous weather and they're all outdoor seating, they've had to cancel. So
I saw that.
I want to bring. There's no Mother's Day brunch at Cheese Cottage today. You'll have to get your raclette fixed somewhere else. But our good friends over in Fairhope, the new It's All Greek to Me, are doing a Mother's Day brunch today. $29.95 for the big folks, 10 and under, $10, and it includes unlimited. Listen to this, Mike. Raspberry Greek Sunrise Mimosas.
Oh, wow.
And French press coffee. But you can go check them out on Facebook or their website. That's called It's Greek to Me. There's also, Red Bar. Check them out for Mom.
Okay.
Something other than a Fern Bar, Charlie. Steve.
Got some food stuff, or you got some?
Yeah, all I got left is where I eat. Yeah, look, text me. She texts me, going to lunch, Monday. I get a heated text a few minutes later. You still have my credit card. I didn't ask for your credit.
Your help.
You gave it to me so you didn't have to carry it first.
Hey, Bill, how about it?
She said,
Yeah,
I'm not
here.
mad at you.
Oh, okay.
Can you,
I said, okay.
can you hear me all right?
Are you home or upstate?
I am
She goes, I guess I don't get to eat lunch today.
Okay, well, I'm just
So
gonna
we'll
tell
have
you,
some
it's been
delivered to the
storming
office.
like crazy down
She
here.
goes, now
Yeah, I saw that.
Is the get the spare
is
cash
the
for
rain
gas
still
and
coming?
buy something.
Yeah, but at the
So that's
moment,
what
it
it's
doesn't
for.
appear to be
It's
too
spare
heavy, and
cash.
we had a guest on a while
She
ago,
went to,
halfway between here and New
Taco
Orleans,
Bell's.
and said he was
Just got
running
chips
out
and
into the
salsa.
clear.
It's like
So maybe
$2.
we're about done with
We
it.
ate
Yeah, I think
chips
you're
for
about
a
done.
week, dude. They gave her a
It should
bag
be over
like
pretty
this
soon.
of chips.
But yeah, how many inches do you think
I
you
doubt
got?
that's
Was there much
normally what it
flooding?
goes out.
Really don't. I really
Downtown,
don't know.
midtown.
Downtown, midtown,
Yeah.
had pretty good flooding.
Yeah.
Where I messed my truck, my van. Bought the big van.
Oh, I thought you had lost the van.
No, it's
Another van.
I almost lost my little van.
Anyhow, Bill, if you got anything
Loaded away.
special on today, a call-in guest or anything?
No, I can't.
Well, we got this
I
course
can't
that
seem
we
to
have
get
to
my
call
calling
it.
guest to cooperate. So
The
no.
I hear
headphone
you.
worked okay.
Okay,
last
well,
time,
we'll
especially
see you back
when
at
you
top
were
of the
out.
hour.
I used the headphone like this to prop my phone up.
Fairfield, Alabama.
So that is what really. And then I finally got a tripod in
on the eastern shore.
for my cell phone that'll set up like this.
5100. McSherry's Irish.
I got a hangover comment I want to make.
Okay. Mike's got a hangover. That'll come in handy.
Well, it's good.
Precious station
Drinking
in
that water,
Mobile.
buddy, you'll be
FM
fine.
Talk 106.5.
But you should have been
Talk radio
drinking
now and
water
crystal
between
clear
your other
digital
drinks.
FM stereo.
If you have a drink of alcohol, you should have a drink of water next to it.
So an
Oh,
advertising
no,
campaign
then I
for your
will.
I
business
did.
on
Hey,
every
no, I
You come in
Is that
and
why
work for
people
me
drink
hungover,
whiskey
I
and-
will work you till you
Is that why people drink bourbon and water or whiskey and water?
Well, you know, actually,
to what we're saying,
water kind
not
of,
just
water
a
kind
song
of,
after song. This is Bill Roth, Director of
stimulates
Sales, and I'd be happy to
the
talk to you
scotch.
about how we can
Even
successfully
ice.
advertise your
It's
business.
poured up.
This
It-
is a great
it,
economy,
like,
and by giving
opens
me
it
a
up.
call at
That's the comment I wanted to make about the scotch.
1065 extension 15,
Miniature
we'll discuss
tomatoes
how to
and
promote
Texas.
your business efficiently and
Send
economically.
emails.
Our listeners
Oh,
are
he's
your
on
customers.
another planet.
Let's talk about how to make that happen. The number again is 251
There are a bunch of mothers, they're still,
1065 extension 15. We're FM
I
Talk
just saw
1065.
Facebook, crop
Let
mires
us go to work for
opening at
you.
9 a.m.
Fighting
today.
the socialists in Washington, exposing the nonsense in Congress, restoring common sense to
Last
government.
spot.
It's Common Sense Radio Town Hall with your host, Pete Ream. We the people must take a stand.
Are you tired
Oh,
of
we have a
overreaching
coffee
federal
service
government?
in the back
Please
now.
join me, Pete Ream,
They
8
installed it
p.m.
Friday.
every Thursday
Oh,
night for the
K-Cup?
Restoring
A
Common
bun
Sense
two
Town
burger
Hall.
with
Timely
decaf and
issues
regular,
and a
and then
chance for your
a
voice to be
stir egg
heard.
beside it.
That's Common Sense Town Hall every
think I'll
Thursday
just
at
go
8
back there and
p.m.
steal
on
all the
FM
coffee
Talk
pods.
106.5.
To get on the line, call 343-0106. Now back to Mike and Stu.
Hi, this is Marty Duncan from Food Network Star, and Marty knows Marty's
Thanks a lot.
That's us.
Yep, and she's in town.
Again?
Yeah, all this week she's been.
I wish she'd come by the studio one
She's
time.
well, I think she's in Foley today, but I'm not sure. She's
Yeah.
been all Mobile and Baldwin County with the new book, the Alabama Bites book, which has recipes in it from chefs right here in Mobile.
I'm gonna write a book one day.
All right, I've written several.
Can I share a research item?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is a follow-up to our last guest.
To John? Okay.
Yeah. When I was a young man, I did some drinking research, a lot of it, as a matter of fact, at some time. And I had a boss that was a Scotch drinker. And to kind of go along with the flow, I sort of acquired a taste for Scotch. But I found out that if I drank Scotch and soda instead of water, I felt pretty good the next morning. And I used to tell people it was like drinking alcohol with Alka-Seltzer at the same time. And I don't know if soda has any kind of
It
effect.
dilutes, but you also got caffeine in the soda.
Is that, well, I don't know what
I'm not a
causes it.
chemist or
Club
scientist.
soda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that
when
has
you
no
order,
caffeine.
Oh, I
when
get
you
like
order Scotch
Coca-Cola
and
or
soda,
You don't mix,
No,
scotch does not get mixed with anything. Don't come to me with scotch cocktails. It
Or
can have
scotch
one
and
of three
Coke.
things.
Yeah.
It can have scotch in a glass. You can have scotch and ice in a glass, or you can have scotch and club soda in a
Well, he said
glass.
soda, that
Yeah.
kind of like,
But
Well,
in
Cola,
our
stuff like that.
terms, soda always means club soda.
Yeah, we used to say that Kingston Trio
And
was
we
our,
don't drink soda in the South, we drink Coke.
Coke.
that's right.
Sprite is a
We don't
Coke.
drink-
But other parts of the
7-Up's
country,
a
We don't
Coke.
drink pop either.
Yeah.
But no, when my friends and I were at Southern Miss, we used to say the Kingston Trio had the scotch and soda, and that was our fight song.
Yeah.
And we celebrated often.
Speaking of fight song.
Well, I think people out there need to know, if they're gonna give Mama chocolate cake or key lime pie today, what wine goes with that, Mike?
Well, I'll
It
say
ain't a
this.
chocolate
Chocolate cake, you know, you need something dry with that because it's already a bunch of sweetness.
And red, I
So,
would say.
and you're going to go with red,
Right.
okay?
So
You wanna-
roulette Merlot.
You want to go? Huh?
No. Merlot's fine.
Actually, a dry Merlot out of Washington State would be great. But if I were going to, yeah, Cabernet, Pinot Noir, the heartier, the heavier, the drier, the better, because you know, cut through that sweetness. But yeah, Cabernet, Merlot, a Cabernet, a Merlot. I like Merlots from Washington State right now, making great Merlot, and then of course Pinot Noir or Bordeaux. And
Now,
Bordeaux's-
I gave you a softball with that one, because chocolate and
Yeah.
red wine are knuckles together.
Absolutely.
The one I'm really interested in is the key lime pie.
I know it's kind of sweet, but it's a
tart.
it's a tart, tangy sweet.
A key lime pie should not be sweet. It should be sour. It should
Right,
make you pucker.
right.
And if it, you know, with the sweetness there to balance it out.
Well,
But when I get them and they're not sour, don't
you know
call
what?
it key
You know
lime
what
pie.
I'm gonna put it. You know what I'm gonna put with it.
This is what I'm anxious for.
Either a Gewürztraminer
I was
or a
reading that.
dry Riesling. Now,
both of those
dry
German
Riesling
whites
are gonna
were
be
where I was at.
sweet on the front of the palate, but on the finish, it's gonna fall off the back of your tongue or palate, and you're not gonna taste it anymore. All the flavor is right up front because it's a little spicy. Gewürztraminers and dry Rieslings are gonna have a little bit of spice up front and tanginess in themselves. But they're dry on the finish, and it leaves you lingering for another bite.
Right.
Another bite.
And
So
see, and I was, you know, like I said, the chocolate and red wine is a softball. The key lime was a tricky one.
easy for me.
And well,
Easy.
yeah, that's because you're the man with the plan.
And you don't want the wine flavor to linger.
Well,
And,
you don't
I
want.
figured you would go white simply because of the citrus.
You don't want to really hide the flavor of the key lime. I love
Yeah,
the key lime.
I do
Yeah.
too.
But hey, we got John from Fish River.
And he called in early.
Early enough we can have a conversation. Morning, John. Happy Mother's Day. Are you having a mother of a day?
Happy belated birthday. Ain't that the truth?
Man, the simple cure is drink water.
Yeah.
That's
It absolutely does.
And that is all a hangover is dehydration. If you drink some Gatorade, you'll be fine. But I will tell you, John, from years in the service industry, and I would have drunk servers come in for morning shift with that whole hangover thing going on.
Imagine that.
And you tell them, just drink some water. No, I hate water. I'll drink a Coke. Well, a Coke's not going to help. That doesn't fix thirst. Drink water, drink Gatorade, drink Powerade, and you'll recover. Drink anything else. Don't drink coffee at all.
Yeah.
Just
You wanna
stay away
rehydrate.
from coffee if you're hungover. It's only going to make it
So
10 times worse.
what's going on down in your end of the world,
in the
John?
Fish River community? We got a new cord today. Were you able to hear today? We got a brand new cord.
I don't know why not. That's weird. We're hearing
That
it.
is weird, huh?
Because the camera's plugged into the same place as our headphones.
Yeah, it should be catching everything that
Wow.
we're doing.
Oh well, we'll figure it out.
Well, that's wasted money then. Man, I don't know. I don't ever order that stuff. It's cliche. It's not a Gulf Coast dish. We shouldn't be serving it in Gulf Coast restaurants. If you want shrimp and grits, go to South Carolina. In Alabama, we eat fish and grits.
And Bob's Downtown Downer. Bob's Downtown Downer has fish and grits.
Yeah, I'm just picking there, John. I know it's a very popular dish, but I don't ever order shrimp and grits. It's not interesting.
I saw some cattlemen eating fish and grits yesterday at Bob's.
Yeah, it's just, unless someone pays me to make shrimp and grits, I don't ever pay any attention to it. So I have no idea that's a good one. I can see that. That man can cook. Yeah. Wes True made the best shrimp and grits I've ever had, and every one that I've had since then, I'm just like, this is good, but it's not Wesley True. Except Carl Tillich came very close.
Yeah.
But Wes True made the best shrimp and grits I've ever had, and it was Asiago polenta, which he calls city grits.
Yeah.
And it was New Orleans barbecue style shrimp over the top of it.
Oh, wow.
I don't like the ones that are cream and tomato.
Now, I
boring.
competed in a gumbo competition, and I barbecued my shrimp before I put them in. Slightly before I put them in the
New
gumbo.
Orleans barbecue
I didn't
shrimp
even
is
get
not
noticed.
barbecue.
No.
New Orleans barbecue shrimp is not barbecue. There's no smoke, no fire, no barbecue.
I put them on the grill. I grilled my shrimp before I put them in. I grilled them, and I didn't even place anywhere. And the guy next to me who borrowed all my spices and everything, he won because he put crawfish in his gumbo.
Because crawfish belongs in gumbo. Yep. Yeah, and it irritates me when these people in Louisiana go, you shouldn't put sausage in there if there's seafood in it. Yes, you should, because shellfish and pork are a natural pairing and they must go together.
Yeah, I can see that.
But they kill me with these rules on gumbo. There's one rule to gumbo, it's got to have okra. Everything else is
absolutely. I learned that the hard way, didn't I?
Well, you went down there and made coubion and tried to pass it off as gumbo.
Oh, well. Well, John, we got to go, man. It's good hearing from you. Yes, sir. I'm gonna give you a call this week. We need to have lunch. All right, buddy. Bah.
Well, I guess we're back to using headphones.
All right, folks, get out there and vote for Sip and Chew best DJ team. Can you
That's
believe DJ?
Yeah, donut jockeys.
I'll take it.
Mike, that's what we are.
We are donut jockeys, aren't we?
No, DJ means a radio host, dude.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's what a radio
Support
host
local,
is
be
called.
local, buy local. Thank you for our sponsors.
Yes.
And it's Rain's gonna eat.
Get you some Bob's Diner now.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, y'all.
Happy Mother's Day.
Well, I guess I'll send that back to Amazon and get my money back.
So what?
I guess I'll send that back to Amazon and get my money back.
You know, I hear that.
It's got to be something else.
Yeah, because this audio is the same thing. It's plugged in right where your headphones are plugged in.